Welcome back, everyone, to episode 3 of my career as a Union Army officer. I am now a colonel, though I apologize. I only have a lieutenant colonel's uniform to wear. But we're going to continue on with this. If you have not seen the first 2 episodes, there's a link down in the description that will take you back to the beginning of this campaign. It's April of 1862. We just lost a battle outside of Harrisburg, where the Confederate Army, which greatly outnumbers our Union Army in the Eastern Theater, has defeated us. So we'll see if we can fare better now that I have risen to brigade command. I was shopping for hats, but the hats that I'm looking at cost about $75. So hopefully now that I'm getting a colonel's pay and a brigade commander level, maybe I'll have a little more money. I had a heated exchange of words with Brigadier General Schenck today, probably because I took his job, right? I took over his brigade. When we parted, he was still clearly upset. Kind of the same thing that happened when I took Colonel Grant's job. I wonder if Grant has found himself another place. Let's take a look and see here. Let's find out what Ulysses S. Grant is doing these days. He's commanding the 16th Maryland Infantry in this same army, so he's still a lieutenant colonel. Not a great relationship that we have at the moment, which makes total sense. Hopefully we'll start building some decent relationships with folks moving forward. Well, I have been sitting here for a couple of months with our division, just sitting on our hands while battle after battle rages around us. There have been at least a dozen battles that I've gotten notifications about. Meanwhile, our division sits here in Western Maryland the whole time. But finally, the Confederates have driven the Union Army back to the point where they're going to start pushing toward us, and we'll have no choice but to get involved in a battle because they're going to invade to where we are. In the meantime, I have no ability to really gain prestige. Our salary only goes up by about $1.50 each pay from where it was, so it's not really a significant difference. All right, we finally got a move over to Washington, D.C., and it looks like we're going to encounter a substantially smaller rebel force under Albert Sidney Johnston. We are a part of a force that numbers somewhere close to 70,000. We're facing about 32,000 Confederates. So this could be a good opportunity to gain some prestige and get a nice victory as well. Okay, the Battle of Frederick. Let's take a look and see where we're coming in, somewhere on the south side of the map. We'll have to wait until this kind of all shakes out a little bit, but major advantage. Let's hope that we are put into a position to attack and not some reserve. We'll have to wait and see what our division commander tells us. All right, here we go. My division is ordered to attack Barton's Orchard. Move your brigade to the stated position to support the attack. Boy, do I like the sound of that. Move your brigade. All right, let's do that. Let me pause for a second and just kind of take a look. Remember what we're dealing with here. We are in the 1st Division. We have the 2nd New York State Militia, 764 strong. 1st Ohio, 590 strong. 2nd Ohio, 658. And then we've got Reno's Battery, just 5 guns. But that is more than enough to be able to fight with and earn some prestige. Let's hope we can get there and influence this battle. Let's head up to Barton's Orchard with our brigade. All right, big change of plans. We have been ordered over here to support this fight that has broke out against this enemy, and we are just now coming onto the map, so we're really not in a position to do a whole lot just yet, but I'm thinking we're going to move into position. Let's bring the brigade right up here to this fence line instead of our original plans, and hopefully we'll get there in time to be able to actually fight and maybe even have an impact on the battle before it's too late. We're way in the back, though, so it's going to take a little while to get there. Okay, so we've moved into position over here along this fence line. This is our new ordered area. We got our points for marching through that on the way. So we've got ourselves some prestige already. 100 points for our combat zone being reached. Looks like our friendlies to our left are taking care of business right there. So, and it looks like the game just froze up. I'm hoping that we don't have a crash on our hands. All right, so there are some rebels that are dug in up here, but we're almost at the end of the day anyway. I mean, it's August, so we'll have a little more daylight. there's probably not a lot of point to me moving and trying to engage them, just to have the day reset and have probably new units arrive and have everybody kind of reshuffle where they're organized. We're already moving toward victory, so we may not get a chance to earn a lot of points. But there are 2 separate fights going on. It looks like the main action is over here with the other one, so we're missing out on a lot of that. All right, I decided we're going to try it anyway, so we're going to see what happens here. It looks like they may try to move away from me. I'm going to give my guys long-range instructions. And I'm going to move... No, I didn't want to move the battery. I wanted to move everything but the battery, actually. Move the 2nd New York State Militia up. And then we're going to move the Ohio regiments up individually. Hopefully they get those orders to extend their range. But it looks like he's adjusting. And he's moving over toward the guys on my left. Okay, we reached the next day of battle, and everybody redeployed, so the enemy was really far away from me, so I'm moving desperately to try and get engaged in the fight. We have some cavalry over here that we're going to make contact with, but the guys I was hoping to hit are already under attack by a large federal force, so we're really not going to have an opportunity there. So I'm going to send my Ohio boys after this Arkansas cavalry unit. See if we can inflict some casualties and get a little bit of prestige out of this fight before it's too late. There's our old regiment with those red pants. 1st Ohio Infantry. We're going to send the New York State Militia over here to help support the attack on the infantry. Press as much as I can toward this cavalry. Alright, let's slow down for a minute here. Gotta give these guys a long range order. Wait a second. Wait a second. Wait a second. Are you telling me that the Confederate Army has a guy with my last name commanding a brigade? What is the deal with that? Because there were no people with the last name Maury. I had Maury, who was a Confederate general, Maury, who's a distant cousin. But, yeah, I wasn't expecting to see that. He's actually got my first name, too. They just straight copied my name and made a Confederate general with the same name. What the heck? Not sure how I feel about that. We're going to have to go check that guy out after this battle's over. In the meantime, though, we got a fight to keep up with here. Alright, so let's go ahead and bring our 1 brigade back over this way. They're going to go after the 8th Florida. Where's my artillery? Is this them here? It is. That's Jesse Reno's battery. Are they firing? They are not. Hey Reno, let's get these guys in action, huh? So they sent the infantry over there to kind of screen the cavalry. But I fired a couple volleys into them and took care of business. We're bringing up our 3rd regiment to get fire on him. Now we just got to get this artillery unlimbered and going. Oh, he's going to charge right into me, is he? What could possibly go wrong with a strategy like that? I got 3 brigades firing on you, dude. Pour it into him, boys. 1st Ohio's taken the brunt of their fire so far. How's the victory going overall? Pretty good so far. 13% casualties for the Confederates. They are up to 34,000 men now. But we still have them about 2-1 on the field. Well, we just got some help. Just came in on either side of us. 8th New Jersey decided to jump up there. 24th New Jersey. Leave it to these New Jersey boys to want to try and take the glory for themselves. Battery's still not firing. Let's see if we can get them going here. We've got these guys surrounded. They very well may break. We'll see who takes the glory from this field. Yes, I'm quoting the Patriot. We're going to charge into this guy. He's going to get away. Alright, that's alright. Where else can we get involved? Okay, so we have moved way up to the other side because I want to try and see some action. And we didn't really have any orders telling us that we couldn't do that. It is turned into a pretty bloody battle. 9,000 casualties on each side. That's over a quarter of his men. If we can win this, it'll be a major Union victory. But the question is, can we win it? So we're going to move up. These Confederates are all kind of dug in right here. They are facing a little bit of Union opposition. Our 2nd New York State Militia has been beat up a little bit, so we've got to be kind of careful with them. But I feel like we can probably make a difference here, especially because there's Union forces up here. Go ahead and send some skirmishers forward here. Once the New York State Militia gets moved up, we'll send their skirmishers. We can probably do it now. Alright, I like where we're at. I like what I think we can do here at the moment. We've got them in a little bit of disarray. He's got some opposition in front of him, so we've got him kind of in a sandwich here. Hopefully he doesn't turn all of those brigades on me. And we're gaining a nice amount of prestige now. Now we just got to see our Union Army turn this to victory. Okay, those regiments over there are starting to come across the bridge. Hopefully they're going to come in and hit the regiments that I'm fighting from the other side. We can get them in a nice pincer movement here. I'm going to call back the 1st Ohio skirmishers just because they're getting low on ammo. Alright, we're up over 500 prestige now. Confederate morale is quite a bit lower than Union. That's good. We've lost almost a third of their army in this battle. Alright, I feel good about this. Let's just sit tight and shoot it out for a little while. How are we doing on ammo? 68% overall. The 1st Ohio's down to 13 rounds. 2nd Ohio's got 28. New York State Militia's got 36, but they've taken a lot of casualties. So the 1st Ohio, I may have to pull back to a reserve position. They did just break that unit, though, so that helps. All right, let's call 2nd Ohio skirmishers back in. Let's move them up. Move the New York State Militia up a little bit. 1st Ohio, we're going to sit tight with them. I'm going to get the battery turned and firing if possible. All right. We're looking good. New York State Militia shooting it out with 63rd Georgia. 2nd Ohio shooting it out with the 61st Georgia. In the 1st Ohio, we pulled them back a little bit, but they're still doing a nice job. We're down to 6 rounds of ammunition now. Come on, boys, help us out. I need these Union regiments to start coming in from this side. It looks like the 63rd and 61st Georgia are going to turn and face them. I might have to spend some prestige and take command of one of these units to get it over here. But it looks like he's already got orders to do that. Robert Nugent. Love the name. First Ohio, just 4 rounds left. Why can I not get... I guess my artillery just doesn't have a line of sight to even fire on anybody. All right, we broke the 63rd Georgia. Looks like we just broke another Georgia regiment. All right, we've been given an order to defend Barton's Orchard. Hopefully, oh, it's right in front of us. Excellent. Oh, good, we won the battle. Enemy's retreating. Beautiful. That's nice to see. Little victory. Nice amount of prestige. Hopefully we don't go another 4 months without the next battle. That's huge. Massive casualties on both sides, but it's 32% for him. Let's go ahead and take a look at the final numbers. I feel like we did pretty good in our first action as a brigade commander. Can't complain about that. 552 prestige gained. 452 from casualties inflicted, plus 100 for reaching a combat zone. We defeated Albert Sidney Johnston's army in Frederick, Maryland. Good stuff. So let's take a look at our bio. I'm 41% of the way to getting a Brigadier General's promotion. So that's fantastic. We could do it ourselves with another 1,300 prestige. So obviously we don't have that. But we get about 2,000 prestige. We're there. Got good leadership, decent cunning, and fame. We do have 142 in terms of our money. So health's getting a little better. It was at like 40%. It's a little better now. How about we buy a sword? Yeah, let's get ourselves a saber. So we'll do that. That cost 100 of what I had. I do have a bunch of prestige that we could spend potentially on actions. So reassurance decreases my chance for further incidents. I'm not worried about that. I could reconcile. Personal ambition decreases loyalty and fame. Therapy improves your human qualities and decreases fame. Fat camp. I don't think we need fat camp. Fundraising. So I could spend 200 prestige to get 500 in money. That's actually not a bad gig right there. That's not a bad deal at all. Infantry specialists. Increases your experience of your infantry units under your command and your fame by 10, which is half a star. It's not bad either. I kind of like that. But I think for now, I really like spending 200 prestige to gain 500 in money. So how does that happen here? Because I just applied it, but I don't see the money yet. So maybe there's a delay in how that works. Oh yeah, I see it here. There's a little timer button on that. So I guess it doesn't really tell me how long it takes, but there is a delay. In the meantime, McDowell's ordering us to move again. Okay, well, we have been moved kind of to the vanguard of the army. They sent our 1st Division to Winchester, which is way out in front of the rest of the army. I feel like we might expect some action soon, but in the meantime, we're actually taking the town of Winchester, which during the historic Civil War was the town that changed hands the most times during the war. And that's because it's right at the entrance to the Shenandoah Valley, which was considered to be kind of the breadbasket of the Confederacy, because a lot of food was grown there. But it looks like these units were just retreating through us rather than attacking us. We are about to take Winchester. Do I get any prestige for being a part of the division that takes Winchester? I guess not. Okay, we've been ordered to move again. We are moving on Stanton. So we are really moving into the deep parts of Virginia. This is an area that definitely did not see Union troops marching on it in August of 1862 historically. And there is a Confederate corps. It's only got 3,900 men, though, moving this way, so I don't expect them to give us a lot of trouble. So now if I hover over fundraising, it tells me this action is being executed. Current progress, 76%. Finishes in approximately 4.5 days. Then I'll get my money, my 500. So in the meantime, sounds like there was a disastrous battle in Washington. Sure, our army's being defeated in our capital, which looks to be relatively undefended, while we are sitting all the way down here in Stanton and ain't nobody doing nothing about it. Interesting. Action accomplished. Now I've got some money. Let's go in and spend some of that money. Let's get ourselves a new horse. We could get a better horse. Not entirely sure that I need a horse that nice. I think I'm going to stick with the $100 horse. We already have spyglasses. Pocket watch helps you keep time, increasing administrative skills and timely reporting, which decreases campaign order delays. What about a family Bible? Increases my piety. I'm not sure what that really accomplishes. A glass flask. Decreasing hostilities around me. That wouldn't be a bad thing to have. Get along better with my fellow officers. It's not a bad thing at all. We do have a bunch of companions now. All right, we can make something happen now. 318 prestige will request that my division moves. There was a Confederate force here 7 days ago, but it looks like they're gone now. Oh, they are there. All right, we forced ourselves into a fight. I like it. I like it a lot. Okay, we've been sitting here shooting it out with our artillery for a while, but they're finally going to start making their move. Most of our forces are over to the left. I'm sitting right here with 2 units on the front lines, very near to nighttime. And then I've got 1 in reserve. The 2nd Ohio is in reserve at the moment. And we are starting to open fire just at the edge of their lines. Not sure how close he's going to get. Probably looking at nightfall before any real battle happens here. I love how the artillery looks, though. How fire looks at night on this game. Alright, let's go ahead and at least send out some skirmishers. Since that may be as close as we get. For now. We can at least get some fire going. Wasn't expecting them to get out in front of each other, though. How about you guys face that way? Thank you. There's going to be pretty minor casualties on the first day's fight. Surprised our 18th Maryland battery still has ammunition because they've been firing for hours. Rogers detachment's about to fall back. Curious to see how this is going for us. Look at the combat report. 2nd Brigade. Here we go. Total of 65 casualties inflicted. What is our losses is the question. We've got some sick, but only 15 casualties. All right, pretty good. All right, on the redeploy for day 2, they pulled our whole line back, which really sucks because I like where we were. I'm wondering if we can at least get back up along this creek and get some cover here on day 2, but we'll see what our orders end up being. Yeah, it looks like the others are going to move forward too, so I'll take it. All right, so I am tired of waiting. I'm sending my 3 regiments forward. I don't know what happened to my battery, but I've also spent 44 prestige to take over the 13th New York, and they're 748 men, so that's going to give me a 4th regiment with which to move into action at a relatively low cost in prestige. I guess it costs less to do that when you're a brigade commander. So I'm waiting for the 1st Ohio to move in up here, and then we're going to start pushing forward. See if we can't break this Confederate line. I have bad relations with that commander, and it led to a grudge against me. He's currently ignoring my orders and thinks he can fulfill his task differently. I don't care how he fulfills it as long as he fights. As long as he's in on the action and he's helping me push this line forward, he can do it however the heck he wants. I do need the 2nd Ohio to get up here, though. Or is it the 1st Ohio? Yeah, 2nd Ohio is right here in the middle. No, I didn't mean to move the whole brigade like that. Darn it. Okay. All right, we're going to keep pressing forward. Who is this that we're facing? That's a Confederate West Virginia regiment. Interesting. 33rd West Virginia. Confederate. All right, we got 10th North Carolina Cav just moved in on our one side. Let's move Reno's battery back. I don't know why they're advancing like that. They're getting in my way and causing me not to be able to fire. All right, boys, let's do this. I'm pretty much going to win this battle myself because nobody else is moving. Inflicting some really good casualties so far. He's only got 6,000 men in his whole army on this battle. And with the regiment that I took over, I've got about half of that. I've got about 2,700 men on the field. Yeah, buddy. Look at all that fire. Look at all of that concentrated fire. I love it. All right, I need the 1st Ohio to stop moving, though. Casualties are looking okay so far. 2nd Ohio's almost out of ammo, though. Man, ammo problems have been killing me. 1st Ohio's exhausted. So we'll just kind of sit tight for now. Hope they don't break from exhaustion. Please get some help. Charles Jameson's 2nd Maine. We're going to spend another 75 prestige and take over them. We're going to bring them up on the left side. That gives me control of about 1/3 of our army, I would say. Not quite, but I think it'll be enough. General, if you're not going to use the army, I would like to borrow it for a while. One more battle like this, we might have enough to be Brigadier General. 2nd Maine get up there. Let's give them a long-range order so they'll fire at their max range if needed. Alright, 2nd New York State Militia is low on ammo. 2nd Ohio is low on ammo. What is the deal? Why can't I select the 2nd Maine at the moment? Oh, I think we won the battle. I think that's why. Or we nearly have. There it is. You're welcome, General. I don't even know who our commanding officer is in this battle. But I had to pretty well single-handedly do it for him. Okay, let's see how this one ended up. 544 prestige. It was Daniel Tyler, our division commander. That's right, we had to nudge him into action to win this battle. And we managed to get a victory. Pretty good one, too. 218 total losses, inflicted around 800 casualties. 4-1. Not bad for doing all the work ourselves. As you are known to be blindly loyal to the nation's cause, sometimes other officers take advantage of this fact for their own advantage. Due to this kind of weaseling, all your successes are being robbed for the time being, leaving you without an increase in prestige? What? How do I get rid of that? Like, there's got to be a way that I can deal with that problem with a card or something. I don't know. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and take a look at our bio. I mean, we're looking decent here. We're at 51% toward Colonel, so we didn't gain as much as I thought we would there. Thought we'd do better than that. Is it possible to get, like, better staff members now that we're moving up a little bit? Doesn't look like there is, so there's really no reason to replace these guys, because we're not going to get anything any better. So I think we're going to wrap it up right there for this episode. We're going to be kind of stuck until we can deal with that prestige issue in some way. We do have 1,900 men available in our army at the moment, or in our brigade at the moment. I would like to see more than 4 guns in my battery, though I don't know if our nation has the proper research to be able to do that. But I'm thinking I might send them for replenishment and see if that helps. It's going to take 37 days to get them back. We'll see if that gets them any bigger than that, though. We'll wrap it up right there. Let me know your thoughts. Use the comment section below. And we'll be back again with another episode in a couple of days. Thanks for watching.